Singing River Health System, part of the huge vaccine push happening in South Mississippi, and joining us now live at 4, the man in charge of the Singing River Health System's vaccines, lead clinical pharmacist, Chris Ayers. Thanks, Chris, for being with us. The governor talked about hesitancy, where some people are worried for a variety of reasons. Are you seeing any evidence of that? Do your numbers indicate that?
Well, I think what we're seeing is I don't know if it's so much hesitancy, just maybe as we get to some of those younger populations, just the interest isn't there. I think some of the younger folks think that they're still pretty much not going to be bothered by this too much by the virus. They think they're healthy, they're young, they're not going to have any issues. But the message should be that everyone needs to get vaccinated, because that's the only way that we're going to get out of this thing. The more people we can get vaccinated, that's going to get us to that herd immunity that we really need. So I don't know that it's so much concern as far as issues. It's as much as just the interest just doesn't seem to be there quite as much as it was in the beginning.
Yeah, everything I've heard from you and others who are inoculating people, it seems like the demand is pretty strong here on the Mississippi coast, while they may be having problems in other parts of the state. How is your supply and demand dynamic doing right now?
Our supplies are increasing every day. We're starting to see more and more of the Pfizer vaccine. We have a good bit of that. We've also started receiving some of the Johnson & Johnson as well. So we're happy to be able to roll those out. So the supply is there. We have plenty of vaccines. Just encourage people to call our 809-5555 number and get your vaccine scheduled as soon as possible.
You know, people might be curious, Chris, how is it determined? You said Pfizer, and you're getting a little bit of the J&J in. That's the one-shot vaccine. How is it determined where Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson is sent? I mean, can you request it? Do you just take what you can get? How does that work?
Well, we are able to make requests to the state, and they have been pretty good about fulfilling those requests as they're able to allocate those. Obviously, the Moderna and the Pfizer, the supplies are greater for the state there. That's what they've received. And they're starting to see the Johnson & Johnson supplies come in now. So we are able to make requests, and as the state is able to meet those requests, they're doing so.
One of the big stories that continues to develop, and it seems like it's heightened a little bit this week, is the variants, the mutations that are showing up around the world and even in America right now, a couple here in Mississippi. What are you reading about the efficacy on the existing vaccines relative to these variants?
Right. Well, the one that's still most prevalent is known as the UK variant, that B117. And as far as efficacy of the vaccines against that, we do know that both Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson have some level of efficacy against them. However, as those variants continue to increase, obviously there's concern there. The fastest way to stop it, though, again, is to get as many people vaccinated as possible. That's the way you stop it. If it's not there, then it can't mutate, it can't variate. So the sooner that we can get to that herd immunity, the sooner that we can get our vaccinated folks vaccinated numbers up there, the faster that we can stop the virus from spreading, and which will stop those mutations. And
finally, Chris, we have these numbers where the 7-day average is way down. Hospitalizations are looking good. What is the situation at Singing River in regard to folks in the hospital, and what are your thoughts on seeing these numbers, and I have just a few seconds left, these numbers starting to drop, these daily positive numbers?
Right, and that's what we're seeing. Our numbers are low. However, I caution people not to take that as that we're completely out of this. We're still in the middle of this battle. Again, we've got the best way to get through this is to get as many people vaccinated as possible. So while those numbers are encouraging, they are down. If we don't get enough people vaccinated, we're going to start going the wrong direction. So just highly encourage you, if you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, please call and get that scheduled. Again, 809-5555 will get you in one of our clinics or one of our locations and get you taken care of. But while those numbers are encouraging, we've got to get more people vaccinated. That's how we're going to get through this.
Chris Ayers from Singing River. Always appreciate you, Chris. Thanks so much for being with us.
All right, thank you.